Now let's get to the meat of the class, the meat of the matter. And for today's class, what we'll be looking at is a platform called Photon.Soul. Photon.Soul. Now, the thing with Photon.Soul is, as you can see on the right hand here, this is the only platform that allows you to trade meme coins that are on the Ethereum blockchain, the Solana blockchain, the Blast blockchain, and the Base blockchain. And why is that important? It is important because, for one, this particular year in crypto, Solana and has been taking up a lot of market cap, and the coins that have been launching on the Solana blockchain, a lot of them have been doing quite well. You would have heard of coins like Dog with Hat, for instance, that phase that went through the market. And if you've been following, say, the base coins, coins like Brett were launched on the Base network, and this particular platform here will allow you to trade coins or meme coins on this particular interface. Now, in terms of how it works, you can either download this platform as an app on your phone, your desktop, on your tablet, whatever medium that you're going to be trading on. And what you have to do initially, in order to use this platform, the first thing that you would have to do is you would have to place Solana coins. You would have to place Solana coins into your Phantom wallet in order to trade on this platform. Once you have placed Solana coins in your wallet, you would then transfer funds from your Phantom wallet into the Photon wallet. To give you an idea of how that is done, you would notice that I've already placed one Solana's worth of funds in this particular platform already. But once you have moved the Solana into your Phantom wallet, you would then come to the Photon.Soul platform, and you will open up an account with them. You will also be given a Photon wallet, in terms of you'll be given the Photon wallet address, the Photon wallet key, and those things you should secure somewhere safe so that no one can have access to your Photon wallet keys and passwords. Now, when you are ready to load monies into the Photon platform, you would simply move it from your Phantom wallet by depositing it right here into your Photon wallet. As you can see, I made a deposit of 1 Solana on April 26th at 10:49 a.m. From my Phantom wallet into the Photon platform. Now, what this does is it makes the trading money that you're using available to you to readily trade any coin that you have researched and done your due diligence on, so as to ensure that you can enter and exit trades consistently. Now, once you have loaded the funds into your Photon wallet, you will now go to the new pairs section, the new pairs section of your Photon wallet. Now, once you are at this particular section, you will note that the name of the coin is the first column in terms of the pair information. You're given the time frame that coin, that mem coin was created. For instance, in this instance, 1 second, 14 seconds, 19, 20 seconds, and so on and so forth. You are given the liquidity amount. You are also given the initial liquidity that was put into the coin to begin the exercise of selling that coin in the open market. And you're also given the present overall market cap of that coin. The next column is what is known as the transactions columns. You would see on the green side would be the number of buys, and the red side would be the number of sells. You want to ensure that a number of factors are in place. You want to ensure that the number of transactions is of a sizable nature, and you want to ensure that there is enough liquidity within that coin to ensure that you can withdraw your profits from that trade. So normally, what I advise individuals is to focus on coins that are going to give you focus on coins that have enough liquidity and enough holders that you won't have any issues exiting your trade. Now, the next column is the volume in terms of the volume of the monies coming in to that coin at any given point. And the most important feature on this particular outlay here is the audit results. You will notice that the first green or red tick here is in regards to Mint Authority disabled. That has, you want that to be, you really want all four of these to be green in your initial research before you invest in a coin. This is just the preliminary phase. So in essence, the first area is Mint Authority disabled. The second is Freeze Authority disabled. The third is liquidity pool burnt. And the fourth is, it gives you the top 10 holders in terms of percentage wise and things of that nature. Now, this is the general setup that you will encounter when you click on new pairs. Excuse me. You also have trending coins, and you can set up a holdings to show your active trades, and they also have a leaderboard to show the traders who are doing well in this particular trading platform. Now, the first thing that you will do on this platform is once you come into new pairs, the first thing you will do is you want to enact a filter, the filter system. And the first thing is you want to click on the Mint Authority Disabled, Freeze Authority Disabled, Liquidity Pool Burn, Top 10 Holders in place, and lastly, with at least one social. When I say social, at least a Twitter account, a website, or a Telegram account, that sort of way. Now, when you have clicked all of those filters, what you will notice is the type of coins will change. After you click all of those filters, you'll notice that the coins that come up now have all of those areas green. So that basically sorts out the first phase of your research into a coin in terms of getting rid of the coins that do not meet this initial criteria. The second thing that you want to look at, once you have set those filters, you are able to move from heading to heading, and you can, by clicking on the heading, for instance, if you were to click on the liquidity heading, the coins with the most liquidity will pop up in the first click. If you see the arrow, see the little white arrow next to the word liquidity. So you'll see that those coins with the most liquidity moving through at this particular juncture will come to the front. If you were to click it again, you'll notice the arrow goes down. and you will see that those will be the coins that have no liquidity. So you want to ensure, first and foremost, you want to look at coins that have liquidity. The second thing that you want to look at truly is the overall market cap in terms of where they are at their present market cap. And you want to look at the amount of transactions. What you would notice is, for instance, this particular first coin, the Zuku, it has had 41,000 plus buys and 39,000 plus sells. If this was a coin that you wanted to explore further, you would just simply click on its chart. And what will happen next is the charts, the chart of that particular coin will come up. And here we have the Nizuku chart that comes up. You want to ensure that this particular area here where it says price/market cap, you want to ensure that the market cap is ticked. And to give you a clearer idea of what is happening with this coin, pay attention to the time frame right here in the upper left. You want to look at the coin initially from a broad picture. For instance, this is the 1 hour time frame. The reason why you're going to be looking at it in the smaller time frames is because you need to be aware that with mem coins in particular, 90% of them are coins that are going to run to zero in terms of value. So without a shadow of a doubt, this market here is a market that moves very quickly. So you have to have a fundamental understanding of market structure and market phase and so on and so forth. But you want to be able to assess a coin rather quickly. So one of the things that I myself personally would do is I would move to the lower time frames of, say, the 1 minute time frame so that I can see all of the price action so that I can get a clearer understanding of what that coin is truly doing. And here it is, because of the short lifespan of these coins, you are able to see from when the coin was created to where it is presently located. Now, one of the reasons why I advise you to click on the market cap button more so than the price to view market cap is fundamentally because, excuse me, coins, when they initially launch, they run the gamut of being valued from, say, $0 all the way up to $1 million in their initial run. For instance, with this particular coin here, we see that in its initial run, it ran straight up to a 1 million market cap. So for instance, if you had been and please note they have a similar chart interface similar to trading view, so that should be kept in mind. If you were one of the original holders of this coin and you caught the first run up to the 1 million market cap, you would have made a 4,326% return. If you had caught the second wave, which is here, which went up all the way up to 1.8 million in market cap, you would have made a 291% return. In terms of the third wave, if you had entered on the third wave, you could have made a return of 205%. Now, in terms of the information that you need to pay attention to on the panel, now keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, notice the life of this coin. This coin started, my date, where's my date? This coin started the 29th of April today, okay? And at 9:19 thereabouts, and literally by 9:38, you could have gotten a 4,328% move. The second scenario, the second run-up was at 10:48, and that run-up from 10:48 to 11:32, you would have been able to have garnered a 291% run if this coin had passed all of its checks and balances. The third run started at 1:28, and you would have gotten out of that at 1,537 hours. Forgive my military time. I can't work it out right now. But basically just off of those three moves within the market, you could have made a sizable return. Now, like I told you, coins in this particular marketplace, they will run up quickly in spurts. You normally would have what they call two bumps if the coin has reasonable liquidity and supply. You will normally have two spikes from the launch of the coin. And if you are cognizant of market structure and coin structure, market structure and market phase, you are able to enter at key levels and ride the coin up. For instance, those of you who would have studied the reversal patterns like the W and the M pattern, you would notice that here we have a W pattern before price goes up. Here as well, we have a W pattern down here that is retested before price breaks to the upside. So the W pattern would have been a good indicator letting you know of a potential trade entry based on the market phase that the price action of that coin is going through. The other thing that you should pay attention to is the other reversal pattern, that is the head and shoulder pattern. Like we see here in this last buildup, we see one arm of the one side of the shoulder here, then we see the head here, and then we see the other shoulder before the coin runs down. These reversal patterns, this is one of the key reasons why you need to get yourself familiar with the reversal patterns of the M and the W, the reversal pattern of the head and shoulder and reverse head and shoulder, and the other reversal pattern of the what I call the Bart Simpson hairline, which is when price consolidates sideways and it begins to look like the top of Bart Simpson's haircut from the Simpsons show. So this here it is. So in essence, if you had missed the initial breakout and you were fortunate enough to see the W formation here, to catch the second breakout, you would have been able to, in essence, triple your money. So here it is. If you had $100 in this, you would have ended up with $291. If you had $1,000 in this, you would have ended up with $2,912, and so on and so forth. So this particular market is for persons who don't want to spend a lot of time trading, but they want to get huge returns. But one should note that in the same way that you can get these huge returns of the 4,000%, the 291%, and the 205%. In the same way that you can get that, you notice that the market also can go against you and go to the opposite side. So you should use your trading knowledge of price action to decide when to enter a coin and when to exit a coin. Now, just to ensure that you understand, you do not want to just ape into a coin just because the numbers look good on the initial new pairs selection. You want to ensure that you do your due diligence or do your own research into the coin. So in essence, the first thing you want to do is take a click on the coin's link for the contract address of the coin right here next to the name. You'll see the double squares for the copy the link. So you would copy the contract link address of the coin, and then you would go to rugcheck dot XYZ, rugcheck dot XYZ. And once you are at the main page, the same contract address that you copied, you can just simply paste that into the interface to do a overall check of the coin. This particular coin comes back at a risk analysis of being good, whatever they note that there is a low amount of liquidity providers. So that is something that you need to be cognizant of before you invest in this particular coin. The next thing that as a trader looking at this particular coin, you should note that you want to pay attention to the liquidity. Ladies and gentlemen, this is very, very important. This is extremely important. Okay, you do not want to invest in a coin that has liquidity less than $10,000, less than 10,000. So this is one of those things that you want to be aware of, the amount of liquidity. This is important because if there's no liquidity in the coin, you won't be able to get out of that coin. Within this interface of photon.sol, you should also be aware that you can find the coin's Twitter account, the Telegram, and their website in this interface. Now, in terms of you entering your trade, if this was a coin that had passed your due diligence and you felt that this coin had the potential to make money, if you wanted to buy the coin, because you already have X amount of Solana in your wallet, you will notice down below you have the buy segment and you have the sell segment. If you wanted to buy this particular coin, there are these features here. You can buy 0.25 Solana's worth of this coin, or 0.5 Solana of this coin, or 1 Solana, and so on and so forth. Or you can just simply put in an individual amount if none of these amounts are what you require. In the same way, once you have entered your buy position on the coin, if you would notice over here on the transactions section, next to transactions is my holdings. This is where your position will show up and it will show you your profit and loss position. And just as it does with the other exchanges, so that you'll be able to know where you are in relation to your trades progress. This is ideal. Now, as a word of advice, ladies and gentlemen, you do not want to just ape into a coin, even after you've done your due diligence with the rug checks and you have enough liquidity and you have enough holders of the coin. You want to enter into your position in a piece meal type of way. And when I say that, what I mean is, if you know that at the end of your trade, you wanted to have a position of 1 Solana in this position and you were entering here. You can just simply click on the 1 Solana position and you would then be able to enter that buy for 1 Solana. But what I would normally suggest, if your aim is to have 1 Solana's worth of funding in that position, I would tell you enter in portions of 25% or 50% as we have here, instead of just aping in the whole position. Same scenario, if the time comes and you wanted to exit your position, if you go on sell, you notice you can sell off 25% of your position or 50% of your position or 100% of your position. This in itself is a beautiful thing, because the nature of this particular trading is one whereby before it was difficult to enter and exit positions because you would have to do coin swapping and using interfaces like Pancake Swap and Jupiter and all of those. What this interface does is it gets rid of all of that extra work. Like I said, this in itself is a bot, but it is a bot with an interface that allows you to be able to trade actively on the panel itself. Now, here it is, this particular coin, even though I would not invest in it, just within the time frame of us communicating, has already gone up 15% in the last 5 minutes. So this would give you an idea of how these particular types of coins move. Now, another thing that you should be cognizant of when it comes to trading these type of coins, one of the reasons why you want to focus on the market cap is because when a coin initially comes out, excuse me, say the initial market cap is $5,000 in value. What has been noted is there has been a trend of price will go to round numbers. When I say it will go to round numbers, if it starts off at say at 5,000 in market cap, the next zone would be 10,000, another zone would be 50,000, another zone would be 70,000, and the other zone would be 100,000, and so on and so forth. A lot of round numbers. Now, as price is going up, if you have already 2x, if you have already gotten 200% in a price movement, it is my advice for you to take away your initial investment and let the rest run up to its reversal point. And then you exit your position at that particular juncture. But this particular market, this is one of the reasons why Solana is becoming so popular. The first reason is it is very cheap in terms of transaction costs, whereas if you are trading with Ethereum and things of that nature, it would usually be very, very expensive. Just the very act of buying and selling Ethereum-based coins, you'll be looking at gas fees as high as $150 on every transaction. Whereas with Solana-based situations, it is a whole lot cheaper in your transactions. But just to show you the speed in which this market moves, we are now at 10% within the last 5 minutes of this coin's movement. And this will give you a good idea of how quickly the market moves. And if you were just an individual who wanted to take a quick profit, or if you are an individual who say you only wanted to trade for an hour, you can find a coin that is trending within a very quick period of time, and you can ride that coin for a quick profit percentile. For instance, if you had $100 in this coin, you would have already made 6%. The thing about it is, ladies and gentlemen, especially to my Bahamian brothers and sisters, you have to take profit along the way because in this particular market, the price action can turn against you rather quickly. And you want to be in a position where you catch that first bounce or second bounce. For myself personally, this would not be a coin that I would invest in because it has already, for me, it has already had its high points in terms of what the coin is going to do. And at its all-time high, it got to the 1.8 million market cap. And for me personally, I would say that this coin, I would put this in the dead coin category. Um, so what else you need to know about this? So you know how to get the contract, you know about going to rug check. Now, another thing that you can do to incorporate a very solid way of locating coins is you can incorporate the DEX screener interface, whereby you can literally set the parameters on DEX screener for that 5,000 market cap. And once you found a coin here on DEX screener, you just simply take that coin's contract and you go to Photon and you put the token contract so that you can see that coin's contract and trade that contract of that coin on Photon. So in essence, what I'm saying is, if you don't like the search tools that are given to you by Photon, you can use the search tools given to you by Dex Screener and use Dex Screener as a means of finding your coins and just simply taking the coins contract and going over to Photon and trade the coin there. Uh, for instance, the reason why I like the screening or searching method on Dex Screener is you are able to, one, you're able to set the coin's age, which I normally advise students to set it for a 3-hour period, and the liquidity amount, you are able to set how much liquidity in the coin. Like I told you earlier, I like to deal with coins that have at least 5,000 in liquidity and above. But if you want to really be in a good zone, you can set the parameter for 10,000 in liquidity. And then what you would see, all of those coins that fit that particular criteria will come up. And in the midst of it, what you will notice is the extra information that you would get is you would get the number of market makers for that coin, and you would also be able to screen rather quickly by hitting the 5 minute or the 1 hour to bring to the surface the coins that are moving the most. Now, please, ladies and gentlemen, ensure that there is liquidity there within those coins, and also ensure that when you excuse me, also ensure that when you go to a coin, that that coin has not just liquidity, but it passes the due diligence test. When you come to the coins interface on Photon, the buy and sell interface page, if you scroll to the very bottom, you will see the results of your initial screening. Now, here it is in terms of data and security. This particular coin has one issue, and you would be able to suss out those issues. In particular, this particular issue with this particular coin is that the top 10 holders had 100% of the coin, even though they had disabled the mint authority and the freeze authority, and the liquidity was burnt. because the amount of holders of this coin was an imbalanced place, it made this a bad investment to make. So here it is, one of the things that I personally would do in the initial phase of my search. Once I am starting my day out, I have my filters in place. What I would normally uh, seek to do is to look for the coins with the best liquidity moving through that coin. And that gives me a good insight. Now, if in my search after setting my parameters, what I would literally do is I would open a window on the top 5 coins, in essence, to examine their charting. So in essence, I would go through, open a window for each one of the top coins so that I can look at their charts. Once I've opened up their windows, I would go from chart to chart, doing my due diligence for each of them, taking the contract and sending it through rug check, and so on and so forth. And basically, I would be looking at the structure of this coin. For instance, this particular coin here, Elites, this was just launched today as well at 2200 hours. And here we see that this particular coin has had its first bounce, it's had its second bounce, and there is a potentiality for a possible third bounce. So this may be a potential coin that you may want to invest in if it passes the due diligence requirements. The quickness of it, you hit the contract address, you quickly go to rug checks, enter the contract address, and do a quick check on it and see what rug checks will tell you about the coin. And what you will notice, well, this one is loading rather slow. Um, some coins will pass the test, others will not. Once you see anything wrong with a coin, I would tell you don't go against the rug check. And when I say that, what I mean is if there are red flags with that particular coin, accept that fact and move on. Don't think that because of how beautiful the chart looks, that you should be willing to risk your money on that particular coin pairing. You don't want to do that. Uh, because at the end of the day, you must be cognizant that every single day of the week, you will be able to find coins that are going to 2x and 3x and 4x and 5x within this market. So it isn't an issue of whether you're going to find them. You're going to find them. So you don't have to suffer from FOMO, fear of missing out. So you can take your time and research the chart and literally do your due diligence without fear. Because what I've noticed as well with new traders, no, I'm not gonna open up my wallet to you, Mr. Rugcheck. What I've noticed is with new traders, they become frantic and they tend to panic. I don't want to connect my wallet. They tend to panic and they allow themselves to rush into trades and without doing their due diligence. And as a result of that, they end up losing money. You must understand within the meme coin market, there are opportunities every single day, every single hours of the day, and it is up to you to do your due diligence. Now, here it is. This is just the initial due diligence. When I say the initial due diligence, I would want to check this coin out with no matter what the liquidity position is. What you would notice is here it is. A lot of these coins have gone beyond the 1 to 3 hour phase. For instance, this one 4 hours and 55 minutes, this one 7 hours, 6 hours, 1 hour, 1 day, 14 hours. So if these are the type, and notice what their liquidity is, and notice what their market cap is, you'll notice that a lot of these coins still have a considerably low market cap. For instance, this particular coin here, the Yanko, still has a market cap of $26,000 and has been consistently moving. When we look at the chart of Nyanko, it tells us a completely different picture. And this is why it is so important. Here it is, this coin, it has died from the time that it was launched. And what we see is there were only two spikes, the initial launch spike, then the retracement uh, back down to 400 and basically 318,000 market cap. Then there was another spike up that ran up to 963, basically 775,000 in market cap before it completely began dying out. And this is one of the things, what you would notice, look at the time to be allocated as well. What you would notice is a lot of persons will launch their coins in the morning, anywhere between, say, 6 a.m. and 11 a.m. There are a lot of coin launches during that period. So you would be able to come across a lot of these. As we move through the charts of the top five, you'll notice the first one has died, the second one has died already. Notice the first the spike, second bounce, and this one had a third bounce before it died. Let's look at another one. This one is still young. She hasn't made up her mind fully as to whether she's going to go for the third spike or if she's going to just drop to the downside. But what you should notice is here we see a head and shoulder pattern right here, and then she dropped to the downside. If there's going to be a spike, price may spike up to the $600,000 level. And if we're fortunate, she will continue to go up further and surpass the last high, as well as she might only go to the $800,000 level, then spike to the downside. This is a situation whereby you have to examine each coin's price action individually. And like I said, based on when you come into the market, you are able to garner some reasonable gains. For instance, if you had gotten into this from the initial spike on creation, this first run up to 924,000, you would have made a 1,578% return. But keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, there's only $36,000 in liquidity. But the overall market cap of this coin at present is basically $500,000. So you would have been able to have gotten out of your position here. The second spike came here, and that came with a 108% run up. So, ladies and gentlemen, here it is. Okay, this here was a 15x profit. This one here was a 1x. So you are in a position whereby you can make large gains rather quickly, and you are able to garner, you can increase your Solana bag quite quickly. So this is how it is done on photon.sold. Like I said earlier, this allows you to trade positions on with Solana coins, as well as it allows you to trade positions on base coins, as well as Ethereum. And what's the other one? I'm not even familiar with that one. But it allows you to trade using a multitude of fast acting tools. This was a lesson that was really designed for persons who had difficulties um, understanding the bots in terms of the Telegram bots like Bonk bot and things of that nature. Hopefully, this is a easier method of you trading because it is very similar to you trading if you were trading on, say, Bybit or Binance or Femex or any of those exchanges. You get to see the position that you're holding and you're able to see the charts. Now, keep in mind that because of how young these coins are in terms of literally being 1 second and stuff old, um, you will you must bear in mind that because of that, you will encounter um, a lot of rug pulls. You'll encounter a lot of coins that literally die rather quickly. Like for instance, this particular coin here is only 25 minutes old, but has already died 98%, basically dead in the water. This one here, 36 minutes old, 90% in the red, dead in the water. 40 minutes old, 98% dead in the water, and so on and so forth. So you have to approach every coin individually, but ensure that your filters are set up to ensure that you filter out those coins that do not meet the initial audit requirements. Now, this is not to say that those coins that meet these audit requirements are necessarily going to automatically be profitable and not rug pulls, because there are a number of ways that coin developers can do rug pulls. And the reality is, no matter how much due diligence you carry out, um, you're still dealing with the heart of man, and anything can happen in the market. So when you are trading these particular coins, know that you're not going to go to bed sleeping with your positions in these coins unless you've already taken out your initial profits, and this coin has the potential to run and make you the next meme coin millionaire. Now, the reason why this particular method of meme coin trading is so important, and for those of you new to the trading arena, is based on the fact that this particular method of trading, uh, because of how quickly the market moves with these particular types of coins, you are able to garner profits quickly, and you are able to assess whether this coin is moving against your initial hypothesis of where you project the coin to go in terms of price value. So what it does is, in essence, you know you're going to be profitable quickly or you're going to be in a losing trade quickly. And once you've done your due diligence, you'll find that you will be more profitable more often than not. So that is this particular method of trading. I must reiterate, ladies and gentlemen, I must reiterate this. Because of how quickly this market segment moves, you must take profits along the way. Do not, I repeat, do not assume that price is going to continue going in the direction that you are predicting that it is going to go in. For instance, myself, whenever I enter into any of these positions, I am sitting at my computer. I'm not going to leave my computer. Okay, so this type of trading isn't a set and forget it type of trading. This is an active type of trading. So here it is. If you know that you have something to do and things of that nature, and you don't have that 2 hours allocated for trading, don't do this type of trading, because in most instances, you're going to make your profit within 2 hours or less. And that is just the nature of this market. Now, you're only going to make that profit if you do your due diligence on the coin, scan the coin using rug checks, and ensure that as the coin goes up in the direction that you're projecting, that you're taking profit along the way. That is the key. Here it is. If you're starting out with as simple as one Solana, um, mentally put it in your head, you're only going to be investing approximately 50% into any one coin. Now, the thing too that you should be cognizant of, even though you're going to do your due diligence on the top 5 coins that you encounter in your research, you're only going to make one trade for the day. This is that one trade for the day. And this one trade, in some instances may not even take you 30 minutes of your time to make this type of quick money in and out. And that is one of the reasons why you want to ensure that there is enough liquidity within that coin, that once you have gotten to your profit place, that you will be able to withdraw from your position without any issues. And that is it. That is the end of my presentation on trading Solana coins using the Photon trading interface. Uh, I highly recommend it, and I will be doing for this week, especially, I'm going to be trading only using this platform based on the fact that I know that for approximately 3 to 4 days, henceforth, Bitcoin's price should be going in the upward projection. So with that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, I bring this presentation on photon.soul to a close. If you have any questions, please feel free to open up your microphones and let's talk about it. Any questions?